All right, how's everybody doing today? My name is Peter Del Tondo, and I am your host this week and next for the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenges. Thank you guys for tuning in, and really excited to start off the challenges. Yesterday we got to just kind of tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. Hopefully you signed up and registered. If you haven't, it's not too late. You can sign up at any day. But we are going to dive into some really cool stuff this week. So as I mentioned, my name is Peter Del Tondo. I am the design director over at an agency called Unfold. If you'd like, you can check us out, unfold.co, and see kind of the stuff that we do. I personally specialize in product design, UI, UX, and web design. And so I'm really excited to show you guys what we can do here in Adobe XD. A couple of things that I want to show you, if we can switch over to the desktop here. So when you come over, check out the challenge page, behance.net/dailycreativechallenge or /challenge/XD to go directly to the XD page. And over here, you can click on Take the Challenge and sign up. You'll get a reminder each day to come on in and join us here in the chat. And each day, I believe at 8:30 in the morning, we unlock these challenges so you can see what's going on. After we air, you'll be able to rewatch the videos. So if you miss them or you've got to step out for a meeting, I know it's in the middle of the day or maybe on your lunch break, you can always go back and rewatch these and kind of see some of the things that we are doing. So one other item I want to touch base on is as you sign up for the challenges and whatnot, make sure that you come and join us in the Discord channel. I know a lot of you that are here in chat. Looks like we've got John and Julia, Tim Mobest, one of our great moderators and mentors over in, I believe, Germany. Olga, Brian, lots of awesome folks here today. But make sure you join the Adobe Discord. It's a great community. You can come in here and check out the different channels. We post a lot of different tips and tricks and pro tips that you guys can really level up your design from, as well as some key channels that you guys are going to need to know about is the current challenge channel. And you can come in here and post the designs as that you're working on them, or post past designs or other designs that you'd like feedback on. And myself and the other mentors will be there throughout the week to provide feedback. So often later in the evenings or the next morning, we'll review a lot of your submissions and try to help you out. I like to record videos for them so I can give you guys really detailed feedback about what we can maybe work on in your designs. So when you're posting, don't just toss your work in, but maybe explain to us a little bit about what you might be struggling with, the things you think you did well, your experience level. That way we can hone in that feedback and critique to really help you get the most out of it. Let's see here. We have, I think that's kind of the most. And again, just be part of the community here. Don't just post your stuff to get feedback, but really take the time to provide some critique and feedback for others. You grow and you learn more when you teach. I know I learn more every time I do these challenges and help out by identifying things that work well, maybe things that don't. I learn and grow as a designer each time. So definitely dive into that. Get to know some folks. It's Discord, it's gaming. A lot of us play games together after work. Like, get to know people in the channel here. And without further ado, let's start jumping into the challenge today. So I have prepped a file for you guys, which you can download. And in here, you'll get one of these each day where we will go over, let me make this a little bit bigger. We will go over the prompt, the principle of what we're trying to learn each day. And then we've added this cool scoreboard system. So if you want to go that extra mile and track and have a little fun with this, make sure to see if you're using fonts from Adobe, fonts.adobe.com, adding additional functionality. I'm intentionally keeping these files not to like 100%, and some things I'm actually making incorrect on purpose because I want you guys to identify some of those issues and I want you to find ways to enhance and improve on it. I don't want to give you all the answers to the test. So make sure that you're looking at all this with an analytical eye. You might notice some things that, again, I've intentionally messed up for you guys. And I'm going to do that throughout all of the challenges. So I want to push you guys to find those answers. And we've got a couple more folks in chat. Kyle Ciccone, nice to see you again. another member of one of the other communities we're a part of over at Creative South. Good to see you guys in here. All right, so let's chat a little bit about what today is going to be. We are going to create a mobile app that helps you control your computer or your console speakers, in terms of volume, and then because RGB all the things, we're also going to be able to control the lighting, whether that's going to circle through RGB lights or maybe pick a specific color. And then along the way, what we're going to do today is something that's very foundational for all of these challenges. We're going to talk a little bit about design systems and organizing your components here in Adobe XD and how and why you should be doing that to make your life easier throughout the entire project. So some of the main things we'll focus on are utilizing some best practices with naming and organizing your assets, and then learning how to combine those assets to easily swap things in and out and keep things synced throughout your project. So as we go down here, I've gathered a little bit of inspiration, and we'll take a quick peek at these. And just real quickly, when I look for inspiration shots, I'm either looking for something visual, something functional. I really liked this one just in terms of it felt, very on brand with Razer, which is the specific speakers that I built. I bought these like a week ago. They've already broken, so don't buy them. But they were cool while they lasted. But I want to look for functionality in here. I really like these ideas and concepts of utilizing maybe swipe to showcase like one speaker at a time rather than all of them. And then over here, seeing multiple devices on the screen at a time. Cool ways here of using the color picker. And you'll see I'm going to build something with some inspiration of this sphere over here on the side. So pull and extract things yourselves, use these items as some inspiration, and then grab some of your own. And Nyasha is asking in channel if we're doing a progressive challenge or just individual ones. We are going to be doing individual challenges throughout this series. So each of these will just be for the day, but we're going to build on the skills throughout, and you can apply that across the board. And then down here, we've got some additional resources for you guys, so check these out. Grab some fonts. Nucleo Icons is one of my favorites, and I'm using in this project, and some cool plugins as well that I think are really worthwhile to check out. So I have prepped a couple of assets, and over here I've got some images that I want to use in this project. I've gathered some logos, I've selected some colors, and then I've put together a quick type scale, so my H1s through my H5s, paragraphed, and button text. And then a couple other items down here. I know I'm going to need things like the status bar at the top, the Apple home indicator, buttons, some icons that I've been playing with, and we'll see how we put all of this together. So I do like to take a moment and organize some of these. I might move a little quicker just because of time today, but it's really important to go through and add these assets and name some things as we go. It'll make our lives a lot easier. So as I come over here to these colors, I'm going to put in things. And you want to use a nested or like file tree kind of series for your naming convention. So with colors, I don't need to use colors because it's already got it here in a category, but I might say something like primary/green, or you can name it Razer or whatever it might be. We'll come here and I'll do, again, primary/white. And then I've got this kind of cool, it's an off black. You never want to use full black in your UI designs. But again, we'll go here primary/, we'll just call it dark for now. And other nested items that you might have with this might be, primary or secondary or active or hover, disabled states, etc. And so having that naming convention makes it really easy for you to quickly see and know what those colors are and be able to use them in the proper instances, rather than just having like 6 shades of green and you can't figure out which one is which. So it's really, really helpful. And then over here with our character styles, I'm going to add in these different styles here really quickly. And again, due to time, I'm not going to name all of these just because I want to show you guys more of what we've got going on. Did I add that one? Yes, I did. Okay. But what I like to do with these is I don't necessarily like just using Open Sans 32. That doesn't really tell me a lot. So what I might come in here and do is change this to H1 slash, it is 32 regular. And then I'm going to come here to my whoops, don't want to reset that one. I'm going to come here to my H2, and I'm going to reset this one to be, whoops, not the color. I want to rename it. H2, and this one I believe is 24 regular. And so you see that combination of naming that I'm using, and what makes this really simple, let me bring this back down to where I had it, is when I come here now, button /14 bold, I quickly know the details about my project. So I know, glancing at this, that I need a button text, and then I also know the stats of that. So I know the size and I know the weight, and it quickly allows me to leverage through and build upon these items. And then here, I'm going to add some more components. So I'm going to do my status bar. I can group. I'm going to make this my button text. I'm going to make that dark. And let's do all caps. There's office. And that will be my button / primary. Again, you're seeing how I'm leveraging these things. And then down here, as I get into these icons, I'm going to ungroup these. And I know that I'm going to need this here. So this is going to be add, or I could do something like icon / add. And then here I'm going to do icon / volume. And another one with these, you can find out what the right naming convention for you might be. It might be icon 16 pixels, 24 pixels, or whatever size elements that you're using. But again, organizing these assets in a way is going to make things really, really helpful. And I saw Julia, the status bar. No, I did not make that myself. If you go to Adobe XD and go to Get UI Kits, I downloaded this directly from the Apple iOS UI kit, so that makes things really easy. And then I'm going to add our home indicator as well. So again, go through, organize all of your assets. I'm going to kind of skip into that because we've got 18 more minutes to design 5 screens. So let's see if we can make that happen now. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to create my background shape, and we will just snap that to the bottom and top. And I'm going to set that to my primary dark color. I'm going to grab my logo, and I'll make that a component. And I will just center that. And I'm going to grab my status bar here as well. Center that. And this goes about 14 pixels. I don't know why in the official Apple iOS UI kit it's 14.3 from the top. But I hate fractional pixels and it's just like bad design, so we're not going to do that. And then let's grab our home indicator as well. We've got that. And once again, that sits 9 from the bottom. Why? I don't know. 8 pixel grid, people. 8 pixel grid is the way to go. And I know I've posted some articles about that in the Pro Tips channel. Definitely check out the 8 pixel grid. It's going to make your life a lot easier. And I'm just going to quickly duplicate that background color everywhere. And the reason that's so cool is that if I come in here to edit, I'm going to copy that value. But really quickly, I could change the color of this, and it changes everywhere that that color is being used. So again, it makes it really quick and easy for you guys to make these changes to your designs. All right, and coming over here, I want to do a couple more things. Oops. Copy this. Bring this onto all of our files. I always like designing with these assets in my file. It's really important because it's practical. If you kind of ignore it, you see folks that have stuff in the top, but it's not visible for you. It just doesn't work. When you mock it up, it's going to look funny. So make sure that you do that stuff correctly. All right, and I'm just going to resize this a bit. I'm going to pull this a little up here, And we're going quick, so this isn't necessarily totally precise, but I'm gonna grab this asset, my icon slash hamburger menu, come back over here, drop that in. And again, I like that 8 pixel grid, so this is gonna sit flush at 24 pixels. I'll center align that. And when you guys are doing this, see what it would look like to build out that more menu. I'm gonna skip that at the moment. And then we're gonna bring over our speakers. So I'm gonna bring these guys over and these guys over. And these are the Noma Chroma speakers. Again, don't buy them, they broke, but they're kind of cool. And we are gonna align this stuff up. Again, I might let myself off with a little bit of grace because of time and some of my alignments, but I want you guys to really be precise on that stuff. All right, so I've got this here. And now what this is that as I log into the app, I wanna see the speakers I have set up. And I wanna quickly come in here and I'm gonna add my shapes. So I wanna have this background, button circle. I'm gonna add one of these over here. And then we've got our add icon. So I'm gonna add that right on top of it. Okay, and I'm gonna want that to sit, again, 24 pixels. And we'll do about 24 pixels there. Cool, and so that's gonna be what it would look like to add a speaker, which is something I'm gonna challenge you guys to come up with the solution for. Then I wanna create my buttons to label where those speakers are being used. So I'll put one here for the upstairs office, and then we can create a quick line here. I'm gonna do, 327, which is -24 on each side of a 365 pixel screen. As you guys do this a lot, you're gonna get really familiar with what the spacings are gonna be, and it just kind of comes really naturally. And then again, because I do everything's in increments of 8, we're gonna do 24% opacity, and we're just gonna space this out a little bit to give a little bit of room between these items. And then I'm gonna add my next set of speakers, and maybe these are set up downstairs. So this is my living room. And center line that. All right, cool. So we've got what this looks like now, and what's really neat is that later on when I pull this into XD, I'll actually be able to scroll up and down and see these designs. Then coming over here, let's play with our speakers. So I'm gonna add my speakers over here to the side, kind of like this. And then let's give it a label. So I'm gonna pull in my H2. Let's type something over here. Gonna give it my H2, and that's gonna say upstairs office. We will center that text about there. And just for the moment again, because we've got about 10 minutes, 3 more screens to go. Let's do this. We are gonna just do a quick back button that would take us there. All right, now I wanna do something with a cool volume control slider. So I'm gonna create a circle, and I'm gonna put this behind my speaker image. And let's go just a little bit bigger. I'm gonna do this in our cool green color. And the settings we need for this are gonna be 24, because I like that thickness, 910, and 730. And essentially what I'm looking for is I wanna create this like partial dash. I'm gonna bring this in, whoops, just a little bit to where it just kind of hugs that edge. And it's not perfect, but you guys get where that's going. And let's play with these numbers a little bit because I wanna get that off the screen. Okay, perfect. So I've got that. Now I need to be able to control some things. So let's come over here and I'm going to grab some assets. I think that's everything. All right, and pull these down. Okay, about there's good. All right, now what I want to do is I'm actually going to copy all of these items and I'm going to put them right here on the next screen. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to raise the sound. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rotate this image and I just want to bring that sound bar up. And this, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but I'm going to show you guys prototyping and auto animate a little bit later, but I want to animate into this screen here. And I'm going to do this as a drag, auto animate. I'm going to add a little bit of easing. And what that's going to do when we switch here into preview mode, got to be really gentle, but now I can drag and adjust the volume of my design. So really cool. Again, it's a little sensitive here with my mouse, but I want the ability to quickly mute my volume. I want to tap and be able to raise my volume. And then I want to tap in here and raise and check out the lighting system. So really cool, and play around with those animations and see what you guys can do. And I think we got a minute. I'm going really quick out of fear I don't get it done, but let's see. Angela, lightning, thank you. I appreciate it. And Kushbu is asking, do you create sketches, wires before creating these designs? Yes, I spent weeks doing the entire lesson plan for the next 2 weeks. So I have a sketchbook at home that has all of these sketched out and wired. It looks like chicken scratch. It's just it's what works for me. I know some folks that just jump right into designing and it works for them. Find what works for you guys. But I do like to stop and take a moment. And then let's do one more here. So I want to come over, I'm going to bring these items over and RGB all the things because you just need RGB on everything. I actually just built a custom PC not too long ago and it lights up and 12-year-old me is so happy, so happy. Like if 12-year-old me could see me now, it's pretty cool. All right. And let's go out of prototype mode. And I'm going to just bring this up and just, I want to simulate again about the same width of what that looks like. And over here, I'm going to bring over a different set of icons. So I still have my volume on. I want to switch this so that this is actually now the green. I'm going to change the border to the green because I don't want this to be a selected state. So I'm going to turn that off. And then I'm going to change this to show these 3 icons. And again, I'm cheating a little bit and having some of this prep because we have so little time on here, but I want to show you guys what you can do. And I do believe we are sharing this file with you later so you guys can take a look at this. I'm just going to line that up. And I can see these are sitting a little bit low, so you know later on we're going to want to just nudge these up a little bit away from the home indicator. And so what the idea here is, and again, this is where there's one of those intentional problems. I want you guys to figure out what this looks like in terms of, you know, here we've got our dark color. I want to show that this is active state. But then there's the ability here to kill the lights and turn those off. I wasn't sure the best icon for this one, but the idea here was to show like a cycling or repeating, ever-changing color. So I kind of went with this like progress indicator. Again, not ideal. I'm not sure what would be a better solution yet. Maybe even making these white and being able to show a color wheel down there with like RGB. That could be interesting. Or a direct color picker, which again, I'd like you guys to build out and see what that would look like and work on those animations. But really quickly here, we can see in about 15, 20 minutes, we have built out 5 quick screens here showcasing what this can look like. So from start to finish, what the execution could be. And now we can even go in and start animating some of these things. And so we might do that in a sec, but I want to double check here with chat. If anybody has any questions, I know we moved at lightning speed there, but let me know what you guys are curious about. David, I agree, PC rules. I've totally switched over from my Apple fanboyism. I still love the OS, but PC power is just awesome. Cara, you could do this in 30 hours. I probably spent 30 hours stressing about half these designs and changing them and retweaking them. And Damien, no home indicator. You're right. Thank you. Let me add that over there real quick. And so let's do something here where we've got this icon. One thing I want you guys to practice later is how you can quickly swap out those icons. So build out in your design components the different sets here. And I know this is going to be wrong, but I'll show you guys one real quick. I can drag and drop it in, and automatically it swaps out to a different icon. So play around with that stuff. We will be wrapping up today, but hop into the Discord channel. Let us know if you have any questions. And really excited to see the challenges that you guys come up with and see what you might do with your own speaker system. And again, how you guys are going to think through some of those challenges yourselves. All right, everybody, have a good one.